Good morning, family and friends. It is yet me back again with another beautiful word from the Lord. As y'all can see, I'm in my office this morning, so I'm trying to be quiet or trying to be able to get this word out because y'all know I got a loud voice. But anyway, the other day, a sister of mine posted on her feed, Joy Taylor, what is the world missing? And immediately the Spirit of the Lord placed in my spirit love. He said, what we are missing in this world today is love. It is should be the foundation of who we are. Over in the book of John, the 13th chapter, the 34 and the 35th verses, it says this. It says, a new commandment I give you, that you love one another as I have loved you, and that ye love one another. By this, all men will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. And here it was, this was Jesus talking to his disciples, and he was getting ready, or he was commanding his disciples to love one another. So this is how we know that you are in the Lord and you are truly a disciple of the Lord, is that, and this separates the true from the fake, is that by your love capacity. Do you love one another, or do you have the capacity to love one another? This word, we pronounce it as agape, but it's really pronounced agape, and in the Greek. And this is Strong's number 26, if you want to go ahead on it, and look this up and do your homework yourself. And this word means to be or have a feast of love. And it's supposed to be in a richness. It's supposed to be in abundance. It's the rich and the abundant desire to do good to others, or an act of goodwill. And so here it is. God was telling me, he said he gives us the capacity to love one another. And it's just not act of kindness, but it is a respect for the brethren. It's a respect for people. It's a respect that we respect the worth and the value of who another person is. The Bible tells us two things. It tells us no greater love is this than a man who lays his life down for his friend. And then it says love covers a multitude of sin. So here it is. God is telling us that stop trying to look for the perfection in your brother and sister, because the Bible says that all have sinned and come short the glory of Lord. For all have sinned and come short the glory of the Lord. So here it is. Stop looking in the perfection of man, but learn how to love a person through. Learn how to cover a person in love. Nowadays, we are so suspicious and so ready to put our fellow brother and sister down before their imperfections. And God never instructed us to do that. Matter of fact, the Bible tells us over in the book of Matthew, it says this in the 22nd chapter. It says, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind. And the first and the great, and says, this is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, that we should love thy neighbor as thyself. And I'm telling you on this morning, I don't know about y'all, but I love myself. And I know loving myself and then loving another is not going to take away from me. It is only going to add to me. So this morning, what is the world missing? We are missing love one for another. And we ain't going to get past this thing or get what we need in this life until we learn to humble ourselves and love one another, because that is the great commandment. And if you want to know, or if you are going to be true to yourself and be true to this thing called life, you're going to have to learn how to love your brethren, see the worth and value in who they are, and not just for what you can get from them. Because we know sometimes people, they use, people who are very empathetic or whatever, or have that love, or we got people out there, I'm just going to say this, that likes to take advantage or like to downplay. And here this morning, this is not what this is. This is not what this is about. This is truly loving your brother and sister that's as Christ or the Lord has commanded us to. And until we get this thing right, ain't too much other things going to be right in our lives, because this is the foundation. If you go over and read 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, it gives you the blueprint of what love is and what love is not. So again, on this morning, I am going to leave you with this last thing that the Lord placed in my spirit. And this is actually coming from him up above. He says, through love and kindness has he drawn thee. So if anyone is coming at you and ain't coming through love and kindness, you better check and see and make sure that if that is or if that is not the Lord drawing thee. Because through love is how God operates. And he said, if you ain't operating in love, you ain't nothing but a sound making a bunch of unnecessary noise that can't nobody understand. So again, this morning, I pray that this word bless you. I'm sorry I got to be so quiet this morning, and I'm hoping that you all receive this. Again, stay up in the Lord, because he will never let you down. I got to go, but I will be back. You all have a blessed day.